Welcome back to our ongoing deep dive into the fascinating world of the OEIS. Now, for all you number theory students out there, I bet you know how a simple sequence can really unlock some incredible mathematical secrets.
Oh, absolutely.
Today, we're going to tackle A000124,
Right.
the lazy caterer's sequence, or, as they're also known, central polygonal numbers.
Right.
And you might know this from that classic puzzle. How many pieces can you cut a pancake into with end cuts?
Yeah, it's a great example of how a seemingly simple problem can lead to some pretty deep mathematical concepts.
Yeah.
The maximum number of pieces you can get follows that sequence 1, 2, 4, 7, 11, and so on, and that's our A00000124.
That's right.
But the real question is why?
Okay, so the pancake is just our starting point, right?
Sure.
Because according to the OEIS, this sequence isn't just about breakfast food.
No.
It connects to triangular numbers, binomial coefficients, even graph theory.
Exactly.
Right.
Let's think about those pancake cuts for a second. Each new cut that you make has to intersect all the previous ones to get the maximum number of pieces, right?
Yeah.
That means each cut adds a number of pieces equal to the number of cuts you've already made, plus one for that outer edge.
Oh, okay.
So the first cut gives you 2 pieces, the second cut gives you 3, and so on.
Okay.
And that's why the total number of pieces is 1 for the original pancake, plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, all the way up to the number of cuts.
Got it.
And that, my friend, is the sum of consecutive numbers, which defines our triangular numbers.
Oh, okay.
Add 1 for that initial pancake, and you have the formula for A000124.
All right.
So it's not just a coincidence. The way you cut the pancake directly explains the link to triangular numbers.
That's a great aha moment. But the OEIS entry also mentions graph theory.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to picture how that fits in.
Well, think of it like this. Imagine you're building a network of cities, and they're all connected by roads.
Okay, yeah.
Each city is a point or a node in your graph, and each road is an edge. A connected graph means you can get from any city to any other city by some combination of roads.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you so far. But where does the lazy caterer come in?
Well, all 00124, it tells you the minimum number of roads you need to build to guarantee that your entire network is connected. So with one city, you need 0 roads. With 2 cities, you need 1 road. With 3, you need 2, and so on.
Right.
It's like each road is kind of like a cut in the pancake, and it's connecting previously isolated pieces.
Wait, so every time I add a road to my city network, I'm basically just making another cut in the pancake.
Exactly.
That's pretty wild.
It is, and it highlights a key concept in math called isomorphism.
Okay.
These seemingly different situations, like cutting pancakes and connecting cities, they actually have the same underlying structure.
Oh, wow.
That's part of what makes this sequence so fascinating. It reveals hidden connections between these seemingly disparate areas of math.
That's blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got pancakes, we've got triangular numbers, we've got graphs, and there's still more.
Oh, we're just getting started. According to the OEIS, this sequence is also connected to binomial coefficients and Pascal's triangle.
Oh, okay.
Which might seem even more surprising, but trust me, when we unpack that connection, it'll make perfect sense.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Let's dive into those binomial coefficients in our next segment. Can't wait to see how they fit into all of this.
Yeah.
All right, binomial coefficients and Pascal's triangle. Now, for all our number theory students out there, you're probably pretty familiar with Pascal's triangle, where each number is the sum of the 2 numbers above it.
Right.
And, binomial coefficients, those combination formulas, like how many ways to choose 2 things out of 5.
Right.
But how does all this relate back to our pancake problem?
Well, that's the beauty of the sequence. It kind of weaves together all these concepts that you might not think are related. Remember how we said the nth term in the sequence is 1 plus the sum of the numbers from 1 to n?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's actually a key pattern in Pascal's triangle, too.
You mean those diagonal rows? I see it like the first diagonal is just ones, the second is 1, 2, 3. But how does that link to binomial coefficients, that combinations idea?
Well, each number in Pascal's triangle is a binomial coefficient. It's telling you, for a given row, kind of like the power in a binomial, how many ways to pick things from that set. So like row 2 is x plus y2, and the numbers 1, 2, 1 tell you the coefficients.
Okay, but the lazy caterer sequence isn't just these diagonals. It's got that extra 1 in it.
Right.
Where does that fit in with the combinations?
Well, here's where it gets neat. If you sum the first three entries of each row in Pascal's triangle, you get the lazy caterer numbers.
Really?
So for example, row 2 is 1, 2, 1. Add those up, you get 4, the second lazy caterer number.
Oh.
Row 3 is 1, 3, 3. Add those up, you get 7, and so on.
So the act of cutting a pancake is isomorphic to not just triangular numbers, but a specific way of adding up combinations within Pascal's triangle.
That's right.
That's incredible.
And it hints at something even deeper, you see, because binomial coefficients aren't just about picking marbles from a bag, right? They pop up in algebra, probability, even advanced fields like topology.
Wow.
So this connection is telling us that this simple act of dividing something up has echoes throughout all these different fields.
Okay, you've officially blown my mind. I'm starting to see how this seemingly simple sequence is like a key unlocking doors to all these different areas of math.
Yeah.
What else does the OEIS say about A000124?
Well, it mentions connections to binary vectors, which are sequences of zeros and ones, the foundation of computer science.
Right.
It even relates to something called the Bruhat order on Coxeter groups, which gets into some pretty advanced sorting methods.
Coxeter groups. That sounds pretty intense. I'm definitely going to need to do some more research on that one.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating to think that even this simple sequence about cutting pancakes can lead to such complex topics.
Exactly. And that's why the OEIS is such a powerful tool. It helps us see these hidden connections and understand the deep underlying structure of mathematics.
Yeah.
But before we get too lost in the abstract, let's bring it back to something a little more concrete.
Okay.
The OEIS also highlights a connection to zonohedra, which are special types of three-dimensional shapes.
Okay. From pancakes to three-dimensional shapes. This deep dive is taking us everywhere. Tell me more about these zonohedra and how they relate to A000124. Okay, so we've gone from slicing up pancakes to Pascal's triangle, from connecting cities to sorting algorithms, and now we're on to zonohedra. I'll admit, I'm having a little trouble picturing how three-dimensional shapes fit into this whole sequence.
Yeah, visualizing them can be a little tricky, but imagine a crystal, with flat faces all meeting up at sharp edges. Zonohedra are a special type of crystal, and they're built in layers. It's kind of like stacking pancakes, but in 3D.
All right, I'm kind of seeing it. But how does the lazy caterer sequence relate to these layered crystals?
Well, each time you add a layer to a zonohedron, you create new faces and edges. And it turns out that the number of zones in the nth zonohedron that you build is exactly the nth term in our sequence.
Wow.
So the sequence is actually telling us something about the structure of these complex shapes.
So the sequence isn't just describing these different areas of math, it's actually giving us a way to understand them.
Exactly. It's like a secret code linking all these seemingly different concepts together.
Yeah.
And the best part is we're still really just scratching the surface of A000124.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. The OEIS mentions even more connections, like to things like generating functions and the Fibonacci numbers.
Fibonacci numbers. Now that's a sequence I recognize. How on earth do those tie back to cutting a pancake?
Well, that's a story for another deep dive, but it highlights just how much depth there is to uncover in even the simplest looking sequence. The OEIS is a real treasure trove of these hidden connections, just waiting to be explored.
Well, I think we've given our number theory students plenty to think about today. We've gone from a simple pancake puzzle to complex 3D shapes, binomial coefficients, and even a glimpse into some really advanced topics like Coxeter groups. It's amazing to see how a single sequence can connect so many different areas of mathematics.
It just goes to show that even in a field as vast and intricate as mathematics, there's this underlying unity and elegance. And sequences like A000124 provide us with a glimpse into that deeper structure.
So for all of you listening, next time you're slicing up a pancake, take a moment to appreciate the hidden mathematical wonders that it contains. You never know what amazing connections you might discover. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating world of numbers.